All right, this is just a brief tutorial or guide, if you will, describing Connecticut's Birth to Three system, their referral um, process. This is for caregivers. The purpose of this particular mini show is just to help parents who are maybe dealing with the stress of going through this process or researching this process about a possible um, disability or issue in development that they suspect in their child. Again, this is often a stressful time, a very sensitive time, and whatever little bit of help we can do to ease that stress or ease that concern, we certainly want to provide with this quick video. All right, just the basics about early intervention. Just a quick information session. The Individuals with Disabilities Education Act of 1975 really laid the framework for um, what we look at in terms of special education and early intervention, just a myriad of programs and processes and systems, legislatively compelling states and organizations and institutions to address the special needs of children who may have a disability or other type of developmental problem that might inhibit independence in the future or standard living that's enjoyed by individuals without disabilities. Early intervention is specifically for children from birth to age 3. Families are connected with special professionals who work together. So, for example, if a child has an issue with a presumed issue with hearing, audiologists may be involved to help the family cope with that child's hearing impairment. Um, these services are designed specifically for each child and their family, so not only doesn't take into account specifically the child's needs, but also the family's ability to cope and make adjustments in their daily living routines with those needs. Once a child is assessed and determined to have a disability or problem developing, where does early intervention occur? Generally speaking, it should be in a natural setting, usually the home, unless under special circumstances that prohibit nurturing and development by the caregiver in their natural environment, which is the home. And why do we do this? To give all children a chance to develop and live healthy lives. And research has shown over and over again that early intervention can play a pivotal role in improving development in a child's life who may have a disability. So the signs of a disability or developmental problem with my child, what to look for. It's always a question and we're not sure. Oftentimes the stigma of having a possible disability or issue of development may force us to overlook some things. We tend to question ourselves and our instincts, but but what if I'm not sure? Maybe it's just no, I'm sure it's just how babies behave. These are some of the things that play through our heads. But when you're not sure, the best way to be sure if you have a suspicion is maybe to do a referral and let professionals rule out any issues of development or disability that you may suspect. This is a useful chart, examples of a typical child development, along with some wonderful information at the bottom on how to make referrals. We see that in various ages or stages of development, some of the milestones that we should see in a child that's age appropriate, and these should also be reviewed with the child's pediatrician and other caregivers. All right, for the purpose of this brief guide for caregivers, I am on the Connecticut Birth to Three website. I'm just going to walk you through completing a referral. So if you notice on their website, this is the home page. Um, it has the brief mission statement of the Birth to Three program, as well as a toll-free number in case you're new to Birth to Three, or you're already in the system. The numbers are listed there. If you scroll down, you will see how to make a referral through 3 different means. The first is if you contact that toll-free number. or if you complete the online referral form, or if you download and fax a completed form, you can make a referral by any of these three means. But for the sake of expedience and walkthrough, let's take a look at the online referral form. So you click that link and you scroll down. So here again, it explains all the different referral forms, the fax method, as well as the online form. Let's click this link here for parents, guardians, or foster parents. So in this form here, you have, again, if you have questions about this form, any other way or means of referring, or if you just have general questions, they do encourage that you use that toll-free 800-505-7000 number to talk with the Child Development Info Line. However, if you don't have questions and you're comfortable filling out a form, let's take a look at it. And I'll put in some fake data just so we can see what information is required. So they do require a name. Use the name Richard Johnson. He is the father of the child. He does live with the child. And here you would include a phone number. Home phone, cell phone, work phone number, whatever you have available. Best phone to use would be home. Primary language spoken, English. Spanish is the second choice, and then you can also type in the other should you have a different language other than English and Spanish. Language is spoken in the home besides English or Spanish or any other primary. You can include an address here. Make up an address. Just a random Main Street address in Hartford. You can include an email address. Included the child's mother, Sheila Johnson. She'd be my imaginary wife. You can include a phone number for them as well if you so choose. Cell phone, work phone. Best phone number to use for the other person. So let's do a cell. Let's do 203-999-23. Does other parent live at the same address? Yes. If you were to click no, that would ask you for the address of the other parent. So let's go to next. On this page, they want information about the child. All right, so the first one was about you, and the second page is about the child. So let's do Richie Johnson. He has the same address, Main Street in Hartford, 06120. Child is a male. Child was born on the 1st of this year. Was the child full term at birth? Yes, no, and unknown are the options. We'll say yes for Richie. And if you were to put no, it would ask you number of weeks born early. So for children who are premature, you would have to know that. If you happen to know it, it's asking you to enter that information. Forms like this, are much more effective when you can provide as much information as possible. That way, the screening process is a lot simpler. We will say that Richie was born at Hartford Hospital. And then we go to the next page. Now this page, they ask you more specific information about the reason for referral. So skills that you think are delayed in your child. So for Richie, we are looking at roughly a 5-month-old. So roughly maybe 21 weeks. So you check all that apply. If he's not moving normally as you think a child should move at this age, you would click that. Um, if he's not responding to auditory responses, sounds, you would click hearing. If not responding to vision, whether it's facial recognition or spatial object recognition, um, you would click that as well. If you had any other reasons for referral that are listed, um, then you would simply put that in the box and it would be reviewed by the reviewer of the form. Have you ever had a screening before? If so, has it occurred within the last 3 months? They would like to know that, so we'll say no. Because we put no, we don't need to indicate the results. If there was one, you would put the results of that last screening, as well as the screening tool used within the last 3 months. If there was a screening done, who performed the screening? By this time in the child's life, they should have been seen by the pediatrician at least twice, I believe. So if it's not a child care provider, then certainly a pediatrician would have done that assessment. Was an autism screening completed within the last 3 months? You could say yes. The results were okay. Um, most people wouldn't know this unless they're medical professionals or they're really thorough reading materials from the doctor. So let's just say an MCHAT was completed by the pediatrician. Was your child's hearing tested by an audiologist during the last 6 months? Not sure. Was any hearing loss identified? Not sure as well. So these are unknowns to us. Does your child have any medical conditions that could lead to a delay in development? Also not sure. So this is a case in which you would fill out a form if you had general concerns, you weren't sure of a number of things, but there were some things that you observed as a parent, as a caregiver, that concerned you. Medical conditions expected to lead to a developmental delay. None that we know of. ICD codes, that's more for medical professionals, unless you are someone in billing, you might not know those off the top of your head. What type of insurance does a child have? This child does. Let's say this child has Medicaid, which is okay. Name of your child's health plan. If you have Medicaid, it would be Husky. And then you would simply check this box here. And then you would click next, and this referral form will be done. I will not click next, so not to create a false referral and hinder time. That is the process for creating an online referral. Previous video describes how referral is made. After the referral is made, an evaluation will be arranged, should be free of charge to the family, and completed by wonderful professionals who could review your child for suspected delay or disability. Thank you for your attention. Please review the following slides for important phone numbers, as well as online resources and also the source of this information that's been provided today. Again, my name is Sharon Smalls, and I thank you for your attention and good luck with your search, your child's health, and your adjustment in this wonderful process of developing and nurturing a child. Thank you.